Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Clash and Go, the newest AR game on the market for iOS and Android probably. And as far as I know, it's the newest game on the market because I haven't seen anything else come out. And this game has only been out for about a week. And as such, a lot of people ask me, like, what is most important? What do I need to do? And so that's what today's video is about. It's just going to be a what to focus on from the start, and as you start building up, your priorities are going to change. And as I'm only at Command Center 4, this video is going to be useful at least from the time you start until you get to Command Center 4. And it's probably good for a couple more levels after that. And then you probably want to switch your focus. But since not a lot of people are much past Command Center 4 at this point, I figured this was a good place to start. So the first thing that I want to say is the Fodder clan is recruiting. And if you look, if we go over to, we have to go back. If we tap on where it says how many trophies you have, and then you click on top clans, you will see that the Fodder clan is currently by 101 trophies, hanging on to 5th place, about half of what 4th place has, and we have room for 24 more people. Now there is a lower limit of 200 trophies in order to get into the Fodder clan, and currently that is only in place just to make sure that people don't join and then quit, join for a day, maybe 2 days, and then quit and never play the game again. And then we have dead weight on the team. So just have the bare minimum requirement to get into the Fodder clan. Really, with the tips and strategies I'm going to show you in today's video, you'll be at 200 trophies in no time. And then you'll be one of the Fodder clans and helping us pursue our chase to top 3, hopefully. So what I want to do is, when you're first starting off the game, there's so much to do and so much to look at and so many things to build. And the thing that I will say is, first and foremost, don't upgrade your command center until you have everything for the command center level that you're at maxed out. And what I mean by that is, if you will look, I am at Command Center 4. If I go and look at my laser turret, you see how it has the option to upgrade, but when I go to upgrade, it says Command Center level 5 required. That means that for now, that is maxed out. Now, if I go look at my glass cannon, it's also maxed out. I have one of these that's not maxed out. There it is. It will give me the option to upgrade, and it's going to cost me 50,000 titanium, which both of my builders are currently otherwise preoccupied, so I'm not going to upgrade now. But make sure that everything you have possible for your command center level is leveled as high as it can go for your command center. That's the first thing that you're going to want to do. The next thing that you're going to do is, and I'm going to backtrack for just a second. The way you can get into a clan is your clan citadel, when it first starts, is going to be demolished. You have to get to the point where you can repair that. Once you repair that, then you're able to join a clan, just as a heads up there. Then you're going to want to build up to the point where you can get the science lab. And the science lab, if you go in, is going to allow you to do research and upgrade your attackers. And the reason why that is important is because there's a couple different strategies that you're going to want to use when you first start off the game. The first strategy I'm going to show you works best when you max out both of the first 2 levels of attackers. So your first is going to be your fighter, the second is going to be your shooter. As you can see down at the bottom here, they're both level 2, which is as high as I can go. When I look at my research lab, it's not going to let me increase that until I go to the next command center level. And what you're going to do, and the reason why this strategy is so good at the beginning is because they're cheap. If you look at these, they're double the price now for me because I'm level 2, but they were just like 20 and 40, which is super cheap. And the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build up these training camps. So one is level 4 and my other is level 3. I need 100,000 titanium, which I have. I'm just waiting for a builder to become free, and then I will start working on that. But that's going to increase the number of troops you can hold. So what you see happening here is you increase the number of troops you're able to have, and you make the troops that you do have stronger. So one strategy is going to be the resource gathering strategy. If you want to start off early in the game, resources are everything. And because your helium separators and your titanium mines aren't going to be producing a whole lot in the early goings, you're going to want to raid opponents, which is the PvP portion of the game, for their resources. Now, the first way that I want to show you is going to be the fighter and shooter strategy. You want to have a 2-to-1 ratio of shooters to fighters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my attacks, and you don't care. When you're doing this strategy, it doesn't matter if you get 100% or if you gain trophies. Like, the trophies are going to be good in order to get you to the 200 so that you can get into the Fodder clan. But as you can see, just employing this strategy over my last 3 battles, I've actually netted 20 trophies, if I'm doing my math right there. And as you can see, 2-to-1 ratio, so 31 and 62 for all of them. And then I will just play this one back for you because I wasn't even trying necessarily to get trophies. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lead off with your fighters. Your fighters are going to draw the firepower of your opponent's base. And as soon as there. So as you can see, I just dropped down a handful and I spread them around the perimeter. All that I'm really trying to do here is draw out the fire from my opponent's base. Meanwhile, I'm looting it. I'm going to follow that up with shooters from all around, all angles. So while my opponent's base is firing at my fighters, my shooters are shooting over the walls if they're at that point. If not, they're just taking out everything on the perimeter. Now, one thing that you want to look for is look for a base that has a lot of resources. I typically want everything to have at least 15,000 helium and 15,000 titanium before I bother with attacking it. And when you go into search, you have the option to continue searching. It's going to cost you a little bit of titanium, but it's really not that big a deal when you take into account the possibility that you have of gaining so much. So as you can see, with little effort here, my troops just completely overwhelmed what the defenses of the opponent were able to come up with. I wasn't trying to get 100% completion, but I ended up getting all the resources, so almost 15,000 titanium and just over 13,000 helium, but I also ended up getting 39 trophies out of it, which to me is just a bonus at that point. That's the strategy for that style of play. If you just want to gain resources and you just want to kind of pillage a town, you're not worried about trophies for the moment, but what you want to do is you want to accumulate the resources so you can build up your base faster. That's one good way to go about it. The next way that I want to show you is probably going to be viable starting at Command Center level 4. And this is going to be a little bit different in the fact that I'm going to use a multitude of different attack styles. So I'm going to be using the spider bots, and I'm going to be using giants on this particular attack. So what I'm going to do is I broke it down into 4 spider bots, 3 or 4, and then I have 12 giants. you know, like 13 or 14 shooters, 12, 13 fighters, something along those lines. And then I have the nanos as well. And what you do, and these are both going to be pretty much the same type of base, and in fact I think they are the same type of base, one that you will get to know real well because it's pretty prominent around this level for sure. And what I do is similar fashion to the way I attacked before, is I'm going to drop in, and this is actually really bad luck on my part because I keep throwing spider bots that keep getting hammered, but I'm going to throw in a couple of giants, and then I'm going to throw in spider bots to break open the walls, draw out the fire from the guns, and then I'm going to attack from 2 other locations. I'm going to go over to this corner, use a spider bot to blow up the wall, and at this point I'm out of spider bots because I wasted one, and then I'm going to pick a 3rd location to go try to break out the walls, and then I'm going to drop my hero in there to take out my opponent's hero. I drop the nano down in order to weaken my opponent's gun defenses, and then I just spam out my shooters and fighters. So while my giants are in there wrecking the guns, drawing all the fire out on the guns, my shooters and my fighters are pillaging the outer perimeter. I'm gaining all kinds of resources, and at this point, like, my opponent only has 1 gun left, and I pretty much have, I think, all of my shooters, all of my fighters. And once you get all the opponent's armor, guns, defenses taken out, your only issue is going to be running out of time. But I have so many armies running here that this is easily going to be a 100%, a 3-star victory, and then you're going to get the bonus on top of that, and you're going to pillage everything. So I got 9,400 titanium. Looks like I'm going to be about 12,000, almost 12,000 helium. So there you go. That's another way to go about it. If trophies are important to you, this way right here is going to be a lot more expensive. Those nanobots cost like 12,000 helium. So I didn't even make back what it was, which is another reason to go with the shooter and fighter system. And other than that, it's just kind of up to you. The biggest thing to take from this video is build up before you upgrade. Now, once you upgrade to Command Center, so once I get everything maxed out and I go to Command Center 5, the first thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go to the shop, and I'm going to want to purchase any new resources that I can get, and I'm going to want to go pick up any new defense modules that I'm able to get, and then I'm also going to want to increase any type of army options that I have, and then I want to catch those up in level. The other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build up your wall, and the wall is very expensive and it's an ongoing project. You always want to be working on your wall. So what I would suggest is, I have just over an hour to go on this. I'm going to go ahead for this video and finish my titanium mine, making it level 7. But then what you're going to want to do is, I have 144,000 titanium. My training camp is going to cost 100,000. So I'm going to go ahead and start the 8-hour process of building that up, and that's going to leave me with 44,000 titanium left over. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to improve 4 more walls. I don't really know that it matters. I try to look at where people attack from. Like, a lot of people like to attack my plasma gun here. So I've built up the walls around my plasma gun. But I'm just going to take the innermost walls, and I messed up. I should not, when you do your walls first. Because in here, I'll just go ahead and waste 29 because I did this wrong. But when you don't have a builder, go in and upgrade the walls first. So there's 2, there's 3, and like I said, these are very expensive. And those are level 4 walls, and then to upgrade I will need to get to level 5 on my command center. So I have quite a few walls to go, and that really depleted all of my resources there. So there you go, just a short little video on how to get started in Clash and Go. There's still spot in the Fodder clan. We are working our way up. I invite you to join my Discord. There's a link down in the description below, and there is a channel set up just for Clash and Go if you'd like to be part of the discussion. And if you do decide to join the Fodder clan, there is clan only pages that not everybody has access to, where you can discuss strategies and things of that nature. If you liked this content and you are ready for more Clash and Go content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the alerts so that you are notified when the next video drops. That's all I've got for today. So until next time.